considerable full international level for the first time. And although he's renowned for his size and reformed reputation, he also possesses a fearsome left foot. And his partner, Steve Howey, the 23-year-old Newcastle defender, also making his England debut tonight, is capable of bringing the ball out of defence, a quality that's much needed, but which may need time to come out. The England team that comes out tonight was 6 changes from the side that drew with Romania, 5 of them forced through injury. There are 3 players there from Liverpool, 3 from Newcastle and 3 from Blackburn Rovers. The other 2 are the returning captain, David Platt from Sampdoria, and the recalled Dennis Wise at number 11 from Chelsea.
Yeah, it's an opportunity, of course, Tim Flowers to get an outing in goal, and in front of him that central defensive pair in great opportunity for them with of course, Gary Pallister and Tony Adams out injured. And I think probably with the midfield, David Platt, no anchor man there, he'd probably have to be a little bit more defence-minded. And of course, Dennis Wise again getting the opportunity ahead of Matthew Tissier and Steve McManaman.
The Nigerians have brought 13 players with them who were in their World Cup squad in the summer, including all 11 in the starting lineup. Number 9, Yakini, their best goal scorer, is looking for a club after falling out with Olympiacos of Greece, but most of the others are with good European teams. Efen Okoku of Wimbledon is only on the bench because the new coach prefers Daniel Amokachi of Everton as Yakini's partner. And Amokachi's new manager, Joe Royle, is here to watch him tonight.
And I think if Nigeria are going to prove troublesome to England, then it's the midfield area that I should be watching. The number 10, Austin Akacha, plays for Eintracht Frankfurt, is a very talented player. Most of the World Cup with an injury. I should be watching him. And the 2 wide men, Amuniki down the left and Finidi down the right. They'll have to occupy Rob Jones and Graham Lasso, make sure that they don't get forward for England.
So close. A bit of a let-off for England, but credit to the keeper. Yakini looked odds-on to score. Now then, forward again for Yakini, and he's stretching Ruddock here, who does well. Now Lee. Well, let there be no mistake about the quality of this African side.
Amuniki there provided the width on the left-hand side. You don't have to beat a defender, you just create half a yard to get your cross in. It was a magnificent cross. He's got a very cultured left foot. Picked out Yakini, and it did a very good save with his feet by Tim Flowers. Doesn't matter which part of the body you stop it with, as long as you do.
Amokachi. And again, got it back from Adipoju and shot early.
Well, that was superb build-up, and rounds of applause from some England support as well there. I mean, superb patience, good one-touch, varied it, and a surprise shot in the end. Nearly catching Tim Flowers out. I think he always had it covered. Just one of those you've got to watch off the surface.
Wise. This is Lee. Wise again. Shearer coming to the near post. Oh, just over his Barnes. Iroha has header out. Back with Lee. Just over Shearer's head, that cross. Wise again. This is the supply line that Wise was selected to provide. Platt switching play. Lasso. Barnes. Lasso's gone screaming down the left. This is Beardsley. Lee, good turn. Didn't quite run for him.
I think it's far harder.
That was the direct football which presents a contrast in styles in this match. England going for the straightforward route there and nearly capitalising. Beardsley, a lovely ball. Lovely ball by Beardsley. Shearer heading it on for the on-rushing Rob Lee, who I think got injured in trying to steer that shot underneath the bar. Wise. Shearer comes short, plays it back to Wise. And he was outnumbered on the edge of the box, and England could be outnumbered here. It's Akacha to Amuniki. Nigeria have got 5 players up against 4 defenders. Amuniki goes to the line, and Good defending, in fact, by Rob Jones, really averting a possible goal-scoring chance there.
That's the danger there when you've got your fullbacks forward.
Steve McManaman comes on for his England debut as a substitute after 26 minutes for the injured Rob Lee. England having to reorganise.
Well, I think, in fact, up to now, the game has cried out for somebody very much hugging the line. Dennis Wise has done well when he's got out there, 2 good crosses, but he's not sort of been hanging out there, giving them the width all the time. McManaman hopefully will. Dennis Wise could certainly do the job in the centre of midfield, although it is very bad luck for Robert Lee.
This is Lasso. Now Barnes. And Shearer's coming in on this. Wise's crossing is so accurate. He doesn't need more than a moment to size it up and get it in there.
It's a good early ball from John Barnes. Strange enough, Dennis Wise, I think, could have just whipped a better cross in there. Look, Shearer's got behind his man, and he's put it too near the goalkeeper. One along the floor, across the face of the goal, and I think Alan Shearer would have scored.
McManaman goes inside. Platt again. Looks for McManaman. Comes to Wise. That was Okafor who cleared. There's a gap here now. Amokachi with Yekini going to his left, and he's got a player over on his right as well, and there's danger here for England. It's Okacha. He came from midfield, and nobody picked him up. Here's Barnes. Beardsley. Wise again. Lasso. Free kick. And again, England send the heavy artillery forward from defence. And in the mix in there, 5 England shirts. Platt! The captain scores, and Nigeria, as they did in the World Cup, lose the place at a free kick.
Well, Nigeria have always looked vulnerable on crosses, even though 1 or 2 that have hung in the air that they haven't dealt with well. Look at David Platt, gets behind his marker there, in front, and he and Neil Ruddock could have both put it in, and from 5 yards the goalkeeper no chance of having stayed on his line.
Yes, Peter Rufai didn't really want to come, did he? And Platt there scores his 24th goal for England. That's a bit of a landmark, because he's now level with Jeff Hurst, who of course is one of our most famous strikers, and Platt's got all of them virtually from midfield. And now England have another injury over there. It's Graham Lasso who's gone down. Oh, Beardsley!
Unlucky there. It was a good ball out wide for Alan Shearer. That's what they've got to do for McManaman. Get the ball to his feet early so as he can attack the fullback. Didn't beat him there, just whipped it in at the near post. Good glancing header just over the crossbar.
Spins off to the right. Beautifully found by Wise. Can they get somebody in support? Do they need anybody in support? No. Beardsley.
A super touch from Shearer, but Wise then perfectly weighted, just in.
Dropping over Neil Ruddock's head. Tim Flowers knew where it was coming. Ali Poju. Nobody could get the shot in. This is Amuniki. Deflected corner.
Just the warning signal there for English defenders. Nigeria trying to walk it in, almost playing 5-a-side there. No one wanting to take the responsibility to shoot.
Yekini awaits the corner kick. That's Egwavan. Aware man. So Oh, and Wise again! I don't think I've ever seen him play better.
He is been very, very impressive. I mean, at Chelsea, he's been given this role to float and pop up wherever he likes. I don't quite think he knew how much space he had. Look, great diving header, but look at the space. He could have actually brought it down and probably picked his spot. But the important thing was he popped up in that acres of space. He just does have that knack of knowing where to drift and get behind defenders, and very unlucky. That would have crowned his display, wouldn't it, if he'd ended up putting it in the net.
Well, I must emphasise it was a selection that wasn't exactly widely applauded in some quarters, but perhaps just goes to show that the coach knows best. Here's Shearer, and Beardsley running on here. Shearer goes for a return just inside him. And that's where it's gone. Shearer! There is a chance for England here. Driven across rather than in by Alan Shearer, who had time and space there.
Great pass by John Barnes. Intelligent play by the forwards as well. They pushed up. Nigeria trying to play the offside, and he switched play to the right. Alan Shearer is on. Acres of space, nods it on. The goalkeeper realises he can't come. And I think Alan Shearer's caught in two minds. Does he square it to Peter Beardsley, or does he hit for goal? Doesn't do either.
Okafor. Terry Venables intent now on England keeping their shape, because their victory, if it is a victory, is only 8 minutes away. And it would be a good victory, wouldn't it?
Well, I think the first half, Nigeria, certainly for 30 minutes, played very well, created a couple of chances, and England was settling down, getting a better understanding. They got the goal and have got better and better as the match has gone on. Dennis Wise done extremely well, Rob Jones at right back, and the two central defenders have worked their understanding better. This is
Ipiba. He's got Efan Okoku in the centre. Amuniki further over. The flag is up for offside. The linesman. He's really been a bit unlucky, Teddy Sheringham, trying to get his first England goal. He had one disallowed against the USA, I remember, that looked a good goal on the replay.
Not sure about that one. The left back, Hiroha, over on the far side as the ball is played. Look, he's running along the line, just coming into the picture at the top hand. He's got to be playing him onside.
He's nowhere near offside there, is he? That's a poor decision by the Swedish linesman. In the 4th minute of stoppage time now, this is George Finidi. One more test perhaps for Ruddock, which he passes. This is Wise. Sheringham, Barnes. Touch nicely from Tissier to McManaman. Now Jones. Tissier going again. Amuniki. Oh, and Ipiba onside. Howey stretched a bit there. They've got Okoku coming up in support, and Kanu. Iroha. Amuniki. And deflection on the shot, just wide. Well, Terry Venables wondering how much more stoppage time the Swedish referee is going to add on. It's nearly 50 minutes now we've played in the second half. Finidi will take the corner for Nigeria. And scrambled away from the line. Lasso covering there, but it isn't over yet. And here's Ipiba again. And England living on their nerves here until David Platt suddenly sees it. Oh, well, he's still got a chance to break at the other end. This is Tissier, and this is Wise. If he could have squared that, he had McManaman and Sheringham in good positions. This is the moment when England nearly conceded the equaliser. Graham Lasso is the man just in front of the line who hooks the ball clear. Referee signals a victory for England, a very good result and a promising performance. David Platt having reached the landmark of 50 caps, scores the winning goal fittingly. Smiles on the face of both managers. Terry Venables' record now with England: played 6, won 4, drawn 2, lost none, 10 goals for and only 1 against. That has to be a good way to end this calendar year of English football. They won't play again for 4 months, it seems, which is unfortunate for the coach and not satisfactory really, but the performance was. And Nigeria, after a fine start to the match, were really throttled by England, and until the last few seconds didn't make much impression in the second half. One man who did tonight was a rejuvenated Dennis Wise.